On a quiet Halloween night in 1963, the town of Hanfield, Illinois, feels perfectly ordinary. Children run around in costumes, the autumn air is filled with mischief, and yet, inside one house, something horrific takes shape. A 6-year-old boy named Michael Myers, dressed in a clown mask, brutally murders his older sister Judith with a kitchen knife. When his parents return, they find their young son standing still, silent, emotionless, his weapon dripping with blood. From that moment, evil has a face. 15 years later, Dr. Sam Loomis, Michael's psychiatrist, drives with a nurse to Smith's Grove Sanitarium. Loomis is no stranger to Michael. He has spent years warning anyone who would listen that Michael isn't just disturbed, but pure evil. Suddenly, in the pouring rain, they discover patients wandering the road outside the hospital. Michael has escaped, hijacking their car and vanishing into the night. Loomis knows exactly where he's headed, back to Hanfield. The following morning, in Hanfield, we meet Laurie Strode, a shy, responsible high school student. Laurie has been asked by her father, a real estate agent, to drop off keys at the old Myers house, now abandoned and infamous. As she approaches, she doesn't notice the figure watching her from inside, the hollow gaze of Michael Myers, who has returned to his childhood home. That day unfolds like any other for Laurie and her friends Annie and Linda. They joke, walk to school, and make plans for Halloween night. But lurking in the background is Michael, silent and relentless, trailing them from a stolen car. He's a predator blending into the ordinary world, his pale mask and dark coveralls becoming a nightmare hidden in plain sight. Dr. Loomis arrives in Hanfield, certain that Michael will strike again. He teams up with the local sheriff, Lee Brackett, and together they patrol the quiet streets, searching for a man Loomis describes not as human, but as an embodiment of evil. That evening, Laurie is babysitting young Tommy Doyle, while across the street, Annie is watching Lindsay Wallace. The suburban neighborhood looks safe, filled with pumpkins, costumes, and porch lights, but Michael stalks from the shadows, his breathing steady beneath the mask. Through windows, behind bushes, he watches his prey. Annie, preparing to meet her boyfriend, drops Lindsay off with Laurie so she can sneak away. But as she gets into her car, Michael strikes, emerging from the back seat, strangling her, and slitting her throat. Her lifeless body becomes just the beginning of his rampage. Meanwhile, Linda and her boyfriend arrive at the Wallace house. After a moment of passion, Michael slips into the room, brutally murdering the boyfriend before strangling Linda with a phone cord. Her dying gasps echo in Laurie's ears over the receiver, though she dismisses it as a prank. The horror creeps closer. Later that night, Laurie grows uneasy. Tommy insists he saw the boogeyman outside, but Laurie reassures him it's just his imagination. Still, she crosses the street to check on Annie and Linda. Inside the Wallace house, she discovers Annie's corpse sprawled on a bed, a gravestone above her, and Linda's lifeless body nearby. The house has become a shrine of Michael's killings. Shocked and terrified, Laurie realizes she is no longer safe. Suddenly, Michael lunges from the shadows, slashing at her with his knife. Laurie barely escapes, running back across the street to protect Tommy and Lindsay. She locks the doors, telling the children to hide, but Michael breaks in. A deadly game of cat and mouse unfolds as Laurie uses knitting needles, a coat hanger, and sheer desperation to fight back. She stabs him, seemingly killing him, but he always rises again, silent, unstoppable, like death itself. Finally, Michael corners Laurie, his knife raised high. But Dr. Loomis, hearing the children's screams, rushes inside just in time. He fires 6 shots into Michael, sending him crashing backward out the window. Laurie, sobbing and exhausted, whispers, "It was the boogeyman." Loomis replies solemnly, "As a matter of fact, it was." But when they look back, the lawn is empty. Michael's body is gone. His heavy breathing echoes into the night, over shots of empty streets, quiet houses, and dark corners. The terror isn't over. Evil still walks among us. Halloween wasn't just a story of a killer. It was a portrait of fear itself, of how evil can invade even the safest of places, how danger can wear the mask of the familiar, and how survival often depends on courage in the face of relentless horror. John Carpenter's film redefined the slasher genre, creating one of cinema's most enduring nightmares in Michael Myers. His blank, pale mask became the face of pure, unstoppable dread. Thanks for joining us for this chilling journey into the heart of suburban terror. If you enjoyed this narration of Halloween, 1978, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss more classic movie stories. Until next time, keep your doors locked, your lights on, and remember, the boogeyman might be closer than you think.